morning, Heirloom family. It's your boy Jeremy, and yes, it is Monday, October the 5th, and we are technically on build day 3 for this beauty for the casino giveaway. This is for the Bear River Casino and Resort project that we told you guys about, that we're teaming up with and have the honors of doing. And today's a really special day because when we get framing going and started, it really resembles the mark of you are now putting together the beautiful package of what is a end result of a beautiful trailer. So I'm going to take you guys around. I'm going to go over all the highlights and what we've done from Friday evening all the way up to Monday morning. Sorry for the background noise, but it is live. We are dealing with the construction and people working. We've got 6 trailers going on all at once. Part of how you guys know this is real. So as you guys see, we use the gantry crane up top to actually put in our walls. All of our walls are done on the ground and framed so that they're laser precise, and they are what is called plumb. Having your walls plumb is very important so that left to right, north to south, east to west, top to bottom are all level. It makes it easier for your windows going in, your doors going in, and all of your passageways, whether it's a water heater, whatever it is. So we're going to go ahead and do a little walk around on the outside of the trailer. You guys will see a lot of this cross framing, and you'll wonder, geez, what is this for? This is actually called bracing. When you're doing your walls and you are actually lifting them up into place, and before they are put into the final resting place, they get braced. So we go in and we will brace the exterior sides of the walls, as well as we will brace the interior sides of the walls. When we go inside the actual unit, I will show you guys around and show you guys what's bracing, what's not bracing, and then ultimately when the bracing comes down, then they do the finished framing walls, and then they finish it off so that we can start enclosing the trailer. The biggest things to note, as I explained to you guys when we were talking about the original subfloor, and then we talked about the floor cover going on for the subfloor, and I told you guys these spikes are for these Simpson ties. These Simpson ties are the key element for earthquake proofing and for strapping. That helps with the rigidity and the structure so that you don't get contortion, flex from when the trailer springs to the tires hitting on the ground all the way up into the unit, and that's where you avoid having issues with your walls turning or changing direction, and then you have cracking. You'll have your internal wall cladding, whether it's tongue and groove, whether it's a 4x8 sheet apply, it doesn't matter what it is. That's where you'll see when it will pop or it will start to have fine cracks going through it. Especially when it's painted, you'll notice it really, really, really well, and it looks horrible. So by avoiding that, you got to have your Simpson ties, and your Simpson ties get nailed into place. There's like 27 nails that get shot into each of these studs, and then you're going to have your 4x4, your 2x4 sandwiched together, and then literally, if you show them right here, Thomas, this is where they go in. They'll put their nailing on the plates, and then they turn around and they actually put their lag bolts in. That's with the big lag bolt gun that they use. Bad boys right here. This is what actually goes in it with the attachment, and this is how they lag bolt. Thomas did the big cardinal no-no. He's got his phone on, but you know what? We're going to roll with it because we're live. Let's come on in. So as you guys will see, this is the main structure of the cabin. This is the 8x24, and this is the legacy model. We are making some modifications just because of a lot of the things that we're throwing in as extras, a part of the giveaway. So there are some slight modifications. You will see the bracing internally. This again is giving the support to the wall structure, because you guys have to understand that these are coming in like 6, 8, 10-foot sections when they're bringing the walls up so that they can make sure that they are plumb. Then what they do is they run external lasers going east and west, north and south. Again, making sure that when your top plate all the way around hits the structure, every aspect of it is in tight, and we won't have any differential of size. That's what they're doing now before they go in and they actually will put on the roofing. The roofing will go in as a skeleton system as well. I say it that way. If you actually show them over there, Thomas, by that trailer to the left, it's on the side. That set right there is the roofing. And I'll actually run out there and point to it. The roofing again gets put on the same way. They'll basically take the gantry crane and then they will lift this, and this will get put plumb right on top of the crown of the beautiful jewel of what this will be. I think it's a great option for what we do because it allows us to give as precise as we can get measurements, because in framing, you'll always be an 1/8 inch here or a 1/4 inch there of tolerances and difference in size of framing. This allows us to be within under 1/8 of an inch at all times. It really helps with the precision of making sure everything is plumb, and by doing that, it makes a big difference, guys. It really does. We will actually be, by the end of today, putting that roof on. We will be sealing the crown, and then at this point, it will be to wall sheathing on the outside. That's taking the plywood in the tongue and groove fashion, just like you have on the subfloor, putting it on the side, creating more shear rigidity and strength. And then we use, as you guys know, the zip wall systems. We'll go over that once they start putting that on. And then on the inside, we'll finish out the rough-in. Part of the rough-in process is making sure that all of your lumber has all of their holes cut right. Because as you guys saw, these PEX pipes were all done under the floor. So these guys have to know where their cutouts have to be within the lumber and where they have to go within the framing detail. That's a really important process because, as you see, there's going to be sides like right here that are pre-cut, and you may ask, what is these for? These are either going to be for continued PEX lines or they're going to be for electrical lines. And in this case, our electrical run has not been done yet. That's where our electrician, Lawrence, will come in. He'll actually go through, run all the wire where it needs to go so that it goes from left to right, top to bottom, and that it all ties back into the main panel, and we'll show that process as well. So the framing process is probably the most intricate and most important process that you could ever have in a trailer build. I think finish is really important because that gets you the fit and finish and the detail and the overall look and where everybody gets excited. But what gets people like us excited is in the framing detail, because if the framing is done right, if all your call-outs, your cut list, your laser precision is done correctly when you are setting this framing in, at the end of the day, what that's going to do is that's going to make it to where the end is perfect and perfection. We'll leave it at that. I'll have Thomas hit you guys with the montage on the inside and the outside. Roll it. Hey Heirloom family, it's your boy Jeremy, and it is Wednesday, day 4, October the 7th. It's really kind of day 4, day 5 of construction of the casino giveaway. We're doing the zip systems that we've been talking about, and a proprietary system that I think is a great system that we should be using on all tiny homes. It's a newer system. Zip wall basically is a technology where you take your CDX 4x8 sheets of plywood. It's got a green barrier technology that is mold and mildew resistant. And then this is probably the biggest part of the system. It's the zip wall tape. The zip wall tape is a tar-like tape. It goes on and it covers all the seams. If you look at this trailer back here behind you, this is typical weather wrap. You'll see weather wrap in all different types of brands. Even like Home Depot and Lowe's has their own brands. This is Green Guard. We've used this for years, and yes, we are using it on some of our finished units just because we had extra inventory and stock of it. There's nothing wrong with this, but what this does allow is this allows a lot of air of intrusion. And so what you've got to do is make sure that you have all of your taping done correctly, when your windows go in correctly, that you don't bind up the actual paper behind it and then cause it to where it can get water behind and then obviously create moisture on the CDX. As you can see on a normal CDX sheeting, this is exposed. This allows too many opportunity for water to come in. It allows it to create the moisture and mildew. By using the zip systems that we're now using on all of our builds moving forward and on the casino giveaway, it allows it again to have the coating. It allows it to create that moisture barrier, allows it to where you're not going to have the mildew or any of those problems growing. We do not have to have that paper or that wrap over it. That eliminates a lot of room for air, people. And I think the biggest thing is if you know how to do this right, you put the tape on right, you check all of your ceiling joints and make sure that there's no issue with that, then you have no problem at all at the end of the day, and you're not going to have any water intrusion whatsoever. This is what we call sealing the envelope. Sealing the envelope is where we take a studded wall, which was just the other day, and we showed you guys in the series before, and you put on your wall sheeting product. This is what continues and really creates the full rigidity factor on wood framing. So I want to bring you guys around, show you guys all of the entire trailer. You'll also see that we put in the vinyl windows. These are a black exterior finish. These are pre-painted and baked on at the factory, and that process is done through the window manufacturer. I never recommend painting vinyl windows, people. Don't do it. I've had a lot of people ask us. We've done it in the past. It's a warranty nightmare. They will chip, they will cause problems, and in the end, it will fail. These windows are done in a process with the weep holes included, all done in black. The weep holes are the rubber part right here that allows water to come in and then go out of the window, so that this way, again, you have breathing and you don't have the issue of wicking up and the issue of windows rotting, because it will happen, especially on vinyl windows as well. So when you put them in, you order them at the factory black, and then you don't have that issue. We do all of our blocking for our hose bibs. We create hose bibs on the side of the tiny homes because we know that a lot of people will want the ability to attach a hose to their tiny home and then use it if they have like a garden or they have their tiny home parked somewhere. So that's why we do this. This is our freshwater inlet. We will be putting on a flashing kit that goes around it so that when the board and batten siding goes on, then it again creates that water barrier. This is probably one of the most important steps, I will say, in the tiny home building process, just because if you are not 100% enclosed correctly and you do not have all of your areas of entry sealed correctly, at the end of the day, what will end up happening is you will get water intrusion or you will get mold and mildew. And that is not what any of us want to hear at the end of the day. Nobody wants to hear that. Follow me around. We'll come right over here, just get another little view of it. This is almost done. We'll actually have a team go through tonight. They will actually hit all of the little spots that are open. So those of you that may say, hey, I saw this little spot of wood exposed, I'll even show you. Here's a spot that's exposed right here along the siding. That's where our team will go in. They'll add in special flashing. Then they're going to go in and add in additional taping. And then we'll have another team come in and actually go in and press all this tape down. You see where it says on here, roll the tape, roll the tape. Sorry that it's upside down. That is actually what they do. They put it on, then they'll come back with a roller, and then they'll actually put the pressure on it just to make sure there's no air bubbles, no reason or room for error, and that is very, very important. Coming inside, a little dirty in here, I apologize, but at the end of the day, it is a construction site, people, so just understand that. We just had the guys take a break, and so we wanted to go through it and take advantage of making sure that you guys got to see every bit of the process. This is the framing process on the inside and what we call getting ready for final rough-in. Final rough-in is your plumbing. Final rough-in is your electrical, and final rough-in is your HVAC if it's in part of the build process. If someone's going to do an AC or a mini split or a rooftop AC. So I'll take you through the rough-in process. We want to make sure that we have all of our points. So our kitchen points, making sure that we have our hot and cold lines, and these are done with our flex lines. You've got your ABS down below. We do have to follow our VIA code, so there's some cascading waterfall issues is what we call it, where we have to have the pipe direction going in one way and then the other way for that flow. These right here are going to be our exterior bibs, just as I showed you outside. Our freshwater inlet comes in, and then our hose bib going out if someone wants to connect the hose. Over here is where our bed is going to be, so this area wouldn't have any plumbing or rough-in other than electrical. And then this area right here is where we're going to have basically our open, we're going to call it tabletop area. It's going to be a drop-down tabletop that we're going to be putting in. That's why there's some extra blocking in here. And then when you come over here to the bathroom, this is going to be our 4-foot bathroom. Typically, this model comes in 3 foot. But we are working on doing an extension for this model on purpose, so that way that we get a full 4-foot bathroom. It gives you a larger pan, a larger shower room area, just a better foot feel and finish, I think. A lot of people don't like to be in a 3-foot bathroom. It's very tiny. We will have a pocket door slider that's going in here, and then as you come on in, this is a whole big mess. I know that some people are like, well, what is this? You got a lot going on here. We've got our sink. This is going to be a standard flush toilet. And then we're going to have our shower over here. So our shower is going to be right here. This is going to be a beautiful tiled shower. We've got custom doors that we bought for this one in the matte black with soft close. We're going to have our water coming up for our shower kit. That'll go on this main stud wall, and then this will be the dividing wall of where the sliding door will close, which is your pocket door. And then we just, made it as big as we can and as nice as we can. Through here, we go to the tongue box in the front. That's going to house right here our water heater. Our water heater is going to be through EcoTemp. They actually are sponsoring us on this build, so a big shout out to EcoTemp for this. We're going to be giving you guys a full unboxing of EcoTemp's products. They've got some really good water heaters that really help both on the gas and the electric side of things. And because this model is an all-electric model, a lot of people don't realize water heaters are very tricky to get right. And so you have to get one that has the right size factor. You have to get one that's going to be able to per gallon per minute and keep up with the tiny home, so that this way you're not taking a shower and then the wife is washing her hands or doing dishes, and then all of a sudden the hot water goes out. And so EcoTemp, great company to work with. We're going to be going over some how-to videos, install videos, and we're going to be going over specifically how their hot water heaters work, the do's and the don'ts, everything like that. So thank you, EcoTemp, for sponsoring this build, and thank you for being a part of this giveaway. The casino and us both appreciate it. And then finally, some of you guys might see up top here, you might think, what is this? Is this a skylight? No. This is actually the access hatch that will be for the rooftop AC. This is a rooftop mounted AC system in here. It's got 2 different types of climate control. We've got AC, separate rooftop. It's a 14,500 BTU system. I'll explain how that works as soon as we get that installed. And then we are going to have somewhere over in this section or this section, I haven't figured out where they're putting it yet. Actually, yeah, I lied. They're actually going to put it probably right here. I can tell by the blocking. That's going to be when electrical gets ran next. Lawrence from Calzada Construction is going to go through and do all of the wiring. He's our actual electrician and now our new superintendent that we brought on staff, and I'm excited about it. We'll go over that too. That will be a tempered, controlled, thermostat controlled cadet separate. So we have our heat element, and then again we'll have our AC element. So stay tuned, guys, and like always, share, comment, and subscribe. And please, guys, hit the bell button so that way you guys know when the next video is coming. Thank you.